What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Paranormal Rush Hour. I'm your host, Ryan Rush, and today I've got some cool information for you guys. And it's on the creature that was recorded in Holland. Okay, this is cool because after I did that video, a lot of you guys remembered the video that I was referencing. And some of you still knew a lot about it, a lot more than I remembered. And so luckily, I was able to get the new channel that this dude has. And the guy's name is Mike Soze. Okay, Soze. And Mike, he no longer has the Music Memory Lane channel. I still don't really know why he got rid of that one, but his new one is something like Majora Peculosa or something crazy like that. I don't know. It's some weird name that is foreign to me. I'm sure I could have easily found out what it meant, and if I'd been actually on my game, I guess I would have, so I could have told you guys. But that aside, my neglect aside, for real though, this is weird because this new channel, okay, it has so many random videos about paranormal topics. Like, for instance, he's got one about this, like a dome on Mars or something, and like hollow earth and stuff, and apparently he's real into the hollow earth thing, according to him. But this is crazy though. It's weird because he doesn't have a whole lot of videos on the Holland thing, which was like his main, like the bread and butter of his channel, you know what I mean? So to speak, I guess. Anyway, so that's weird. I just would think he would have all the videos. He made like 11 of them, I think. I could only find like 4 or 5 that had relevance to the creature in Holland. And it was one of his good friends who recorded it. Initially, Lucas was the one he was good friends with. And so, it was a friend of his video, and he was associated with it closer than some random person. And I guess that's why it generated such an interest within him. To seek more answers about it, and he got some answers about it. I watched every video that he had on there that was relevant to this, and I have rekindled my memory when it comes to this video and his channel and his work. So I'm going to try to go through a good bit of it with you guys so that you can be familiarized with it, and I will link I guess I could link his channel in the description on this video. What's strange though, check this out. His channel has only got like 84 subscribers as of right now, or as of the last time I checked. I could probably check again real quick, but whatever. It had like 84 subscribers. One of them's me. So anyway, and the videos only had like some of them had like 11 views, 20 views or something. Like, it was crazy because he had like, I think like 49,000 subscribers on that other channel or something. It was a lot. And that video had, the original video that he uploaded had been viewed like well over 100,000 times on his channel. And I know that I listened to an interview he had on his channel, his new channel or whatever, that he did with somebody back in 2017. And that's another thing, like all of his activity pretty much on that channel has ceased since 2017, or it ceased in 2017. That's the last time he posted anything on there. So I would really like to get in touch with him because I would love to have him on here to do an interview. So Mike Soze, if you are out there or anyone knows how to get in touch with him, please let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know. I'd really love to get him on here. Anyhow, This is weird though. The whole thing is strange stuff. The videos, okay, they were moved to that other channel. The channel is not well known at all. And I mean, the videos weren't viewed much. It's almost like this thing has kind of been forgotten about. What's interesting to me is that, well, there's a few things about the whole. It's kind of mysterious that he just dropped off. I don't know if he's active still on Facebook or Twitter, like some of his videos say. You can find him on like the Music Memory Lane on Facebook or Twitter or something. I can't remember what else, but I think those were the only two social networks that he was like promoting himself on. Anyway, this was weird though because he had this video from a guy named Nick D, who was like a YouTuber or something, and this Nick D video, he went to the site. It's called the Emma Pyramid. EMMA Pyramid is what I found, and it's part of like the I don't know, I'm probably screwing that all up, but anyway, it's a crazy story. I mean, a story forest that has a lot of stories of weird things in it. It's really weird. This gets strange though. Okay, this guy got pretty deep, I think, and it was pretty much all help to. It's raining so hard outside. We've got that tropical storm blowing stuff up, the hurricane and stuff. I can't remember what this one was. There's been so many this year. Anyhow, yeah, but we're getting a ton of rain right now. So I'm hearing it. That's why I'm mentioning it. It's like microphones are picking it up and stuff in the monitor. But okay, back to Nick D. His video, he went out to this place and he recorded some really, really weird sounds. It sounded almost like a loudspeaker, like someone's voice. He said, this is what he was saying on the video, that it sounded like someone's voice coming through a loudspeaker. Okay, this was weird because in the video, when he enhanced the volume, you could hear, and this is on Mike Soze's channel, you could hear something, and it did kind of, I mean, it sounded vocal, but at the end, there was this funky sound, man, and it sounded like, almost like a Sasquatch howl or something, like you would hear a Sasquatch do. And it's weird because there was a lot of relative noises, okay? In the video, and I saw on Mike's channel, in some of these videos, he always posted the original video, and it was a little, I think, a little more full than or complete than the last one that I saw. But this one was the original that those guys recorded. And right when they were walking up, and remember, I think the last time, in my last episode about this, I think I mentioned that they heard a noise, and that's what drew their attention to that area to begin with. And they did. What it was like a tree knocking. I mean, it sounded like something was just whacking the crap out of a tree. Just, I mean, knocking the crap out of it. And they went over there to check it out. And that's when they saw the creature peeking around the tree. And anyway, so that's what drew them over there to begin with. But that's weird too, because that's like something Sasquatch related too. So they say. Whew, man, it's raining hard. Anyway, so this was weird though, because those sounds were in Mike D's video. I mean, Nick D, Mike D, Beastie Boys. Anyway, okay. Anyway, yeah, that Sasquatch type of howl was weird though. So this guy was investigating this place, didn't see anything else though, and didn't, I mean, well, I don't know if he, I don't think that was on his video. Mike had put another part of one of his videos, I think, in with this guy's, and it was of some kind of apparition that he recorded out in that area. It was kind of creepy because it was some kind of little like misty looking apparition that popped up like beside a tree, and he enhanced it and you could see it really well, but it was weird. I'll give him that. anyway, but that Nick D video was weird too because of those sounds. I mean, and they were really weird sounds. So this Mike Soze puts up this video, from his friend, the one we're talking about. And of course it generates a lot of attention. Well, someone writes to him in Dutch also, he said. And he translated it to English and recorded what they wrote, typed it out on a video. And that is another one of the videos I can't find. The stuff about that, the early conversations and the questions that were answered and things like that he posted, I can't find those on his channel. It's just some latter videos. And it seems like they may be compiled, or they were just, they were all about, 12 minutes or so, give or take, in length, approximately 12 minutes each. Some a little more, some a little less, but that was the gist of it, the length of them. And this was weird, though, because I couldn't find these. And anyway, I started watching the ones he did have up there. And I remembered also from way back watching these, some of the things that the anonymous source said. And one of the things was, that this was a project, the product of a project, I guess you could say. The project was funded privately by 3 individuals. All right, it wasn't like a government project. The project consisted of splicing genetics, I guess. This creature was called Typhon O2, and they called this person, the anonymous source, called them Ty for short, TY. And anyhow, it knew this creature. This person knew this creature, straight up knew it. And Mike got the feeling it was a female. For some reason, I get the feeling it was a female too. And a lot of it, I think, is attributed to what this person said, because they were talking about the caring nature and stuff of this creature. All right, well, Ty was created by ape DNA, human DNA, or genetics, and an unknown third source of genetics. This person didn't know the third source, or the third whatever splice or whatever it was. So they did say this, though. Well, Mike also talked about this. This was interesting. There was a photo analyst who was kind of doubting him about this and saying it was a guy in a ski mask and stuff. And I do remember this. And they did an enhanced photo of what he put out, the video, and an enhanced screenshot of it, and cleaned it up real good and stuff. And the detail really came out in it. And he said that this person kind of conceded and was like, okay, it's not a person in a ski mask. I don't know what this is. And so everybody thought it looked like a bird. A lot of people were calling it birdfoot. And I remember seeing the comments when people were saying that. This was back in 2014, too, when this occurred. It took place on April Fool's Day, as a matter of fact. And Mike was talking about that on that interview I listened to, because he was saying, I can't help what day it was made on, and I wasn't going to change it and lie about it. So he said I could have put it was April 3rd because I didn't upload it until the 5th. He said, so I left it like it was originally, which I commend him for, because that is a variable that you don't account for and could inspire a lot of doubt when that's just not really the case. You know what I mean? Anyway, so Mike had this anonymous person telling him all this. The project, back to that. The project was called Chime 03. Okay? CHIM 03. And Typhon was a product of this project. The Chime projects evidently go from like Chime 03, I think, because that was the year it started, up to 16. I'm not sure if that accounts for the years. I don't think it does, honestly. I think that's just a series of how it goes, of how it went. But this is strange stuff because I'll show you. I'll tell you why. Okay, Mike started to go and dig into this and found out that in Greek mythology, he did dig into this. I can't remember if the anonymous source told him to look it up like in Greek mythology or not, but he came to Greek mythology somehow. Anyway, he did this, and it was the Chimera is what came up. And it's some kind of creature that is made of 3 different types of creatures. It's made of like a lion, a snake, and a goat, I think. And it's crazy. The Chimera is like a 3-type creature, like a 3-animal creature. And it looks like, when you see a depiction of it, it has like a lion head and like a goat head over here. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So I was like, well, that is really odd. And I mean, everything about this anonymous source was so strange because it was like, how could this person be making up this much elaborate detail? And Mike said the same thing in his interview. He was like, it was just so much random, elaborate detail that made a lot of sense. And he was like, how could someone go to these lengths to make this up? And I'm sure someone could, but why would they? And someone out there knows about this stuff. Somebody out there knows about everything. There's somebody that knows about everything. Remember that. Because no matter what, somebody has to do things. Somebody has to be involved. Those people are still out there that know things. And that's that. So what if this was one of these people who knew something about this and was actually trying to spread some truth about it and explain it? This could be the exact truth, or it could be complete fiction. Okay, this person could have just been leading him on. Who knows? He doesn't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. But this is what they said. So, anyway, back to the Greek mythology. The thing about it is the Chimera was a creature, and the Typhon was also a creature in Greek mythology. And I think is what it said, the Typhon was the father of all monsters, is what it was in Greek mythology. It says no god or monster is as powerful, dangerous, and deadly as a Typhon. So it was like the ultimate creature, I guess, in Greek mythology. So that is where the name came from. And I think it's related somehow with the Chimera and the Typhon, like the Chimera is actually an offspring of the Typhon or something like that. It's weird. All right, well then, he finds this out from this anonymous source. Then one of his subscribers, goes and researches this, I think, or something, or knew about this or something maybe. And they give him a link to a university. It's like the University of Bologna or something like that. In, I don't know, Italy or maybe somewhere like that. And there is a project called Chime 03 listed on the website for that college. So, I mean, it's officially a project. It had to do with some kind of nano something. Ah, man, it was crazy stuff. Or like non organic chemistry and stuff. It was really weird sounding stuff that I had no clue about because I'm not that smart. Anyway, but it was strange, man. My brother's a well, he has a chemistry degree from a hard college to go to, I guess, and I might have to ask him about it. But anyway, yeah. So that was weird, though. The whole Greek mythology thing, and just the association that it has with what this person said this creature actually was, and from what we can see, that's not a far-fetched explanation of what this was. Because, I mean, no matter how you look at it, man, there is photo evidence, video evidence of this creature. And I don't think this creature was like a hoax. I really just don't think this was a hoax. For some reason, I feel like this was real. I just do. Okay, the anonymous source also stated that the way the creature got out was it was allowed to escape. Okay, let me elaborate. The creature was kept in a facility for the majority of the time. The place that it was born, I guess, or created, however you want to say it. It was kept in this place. Okay, that's where it had been all of its life. It left the facility once a month. Okay, it had a GPS tracker implanted in it, and it was always accompanied by 3 guards. When it left, 3 male guards. Okay, the creature was allowed to leave once a month. This person, Mike thinks it was a she that was writing all this, didn't know where they took the creature. She didn't know anything like that about the location of where the creature went during these times that it left. But it always came back. Well, the guards were pissed at the company they were working for, I guess. The people funding this, or whoever was paying them, they were mad about something. And they purposefully let the creature escape. They took it out like they typically do and allowed the creature to escape. Now, I think the creature was recovered eventually. I think they said that. I can't remember, and I couldn't find anything on that, but I know that they did get the creature back eventually. They did recapture it. It is raining buckets outside. I'm just letting you guys know. I mean, it's like I might have to like roll my pants up when I open the door. It's the way it goes, living this close to the coast. Anyway, I mean, I'm not that terribly close, but not that far, really. I can remember, this is off topic, but I can remember, like, my dad is a pilot and I've been flying forever, and I can actually remember being high enough up in one of our bigger multi-engine airplanes back in the day and actually being able to see the coast from up there. It's a trip being that high up. But anyway, back to this. So the anonymous messenger, as Mike referred to this person, what he found out about this was he actually uncovered the name of this person one of the names that they had been communicating with him through, and it was Fosse, with a combination of numbers behind it. And he did tell us about this. So Fosse, he said it sounded familiar to him, and he started looking at, like, Googling it and stuff, and came up with Diane Fosse, who was murdered back in the 80s, they think, by like one of the Rwandan somebody official or somebody called a hit on her, I think. Something like that. But she studied like endangered mountain apes or something, gorillas up in Rwanda or something from like the 60s to the 80s, like a long time. She was a zoologist or I think primatologist, something like that, and she studied them primates. And anyway, she was mysteriously murdered, and in the 80s, and this person was using her name as a handle on this communication. They would delete the account like as soon as they made, as soon as they sent him this stuff, they would delete the account and he wouldn't be able to keep corresponding with them through that, and he would just have to wait until they actually got back in touch with him. So it was a really weird thing. I mean, it was just strange that this happened, and this all of this came about because of this video, this one video that of something that somebody probably wasn't supposed to see. I would imagine that that's one of the things. And another weird thing is they actually aired this on like Fox News. They got in touch with Mike and actually aired his video on Fox News. And he thought that was just strange too. But he let them do it, I guess. And it's on his channel, like clips of it on some of these videos. But anyhow, so Typhon 02, the Chimera 03 was the project. And this is all what the anonymous source said. The Fosse thing was just kind of weird, though. Why would they choose that of all things, and they're talking about primates and stuff. I had to make notes about all this because there was so much of it. Anyway, but that's how this happened to begin with, was through this thing being let go by these guards. It's weird though because, all right, Mike got contacted by this person again. And another weird thing before we get into this, okay, there was a woman, all right, that would appear in his videos, and one of you guys told me about this, and I'd forgotten about this. I knew there was something strange about when he went out there and they found weird stuff and, whatever, but I'd forgotten about this woman, okay? I mean, I knew they had seen some people out there that were suspicious, but I'd forgotten that this is who it was. Okay, and this woman kept showing up. Like, she was like, had some spider web on me. I was running through some stuff in the back earlier. Anyway, this woman showed up, and man, she was like always there when they went investigating this place, and she was just something about her, like she would follow them, he thought. And I think one day she walked by and like said hi, and there was like a video of that, of her walking by, and it was kind of strange because she was just like dead ahead and just like walked by and said like hi, and it was just weird. And anyway, some other people started talking about that they had seen this woman out there, I think in the same place. Two guys that were like mountain bikers said that they saw her out there also. Mike started talking to people who were saying, like, had people talking to him that were saying this woman was a witch or something. And she had herbs in her hand one day. And, well, she very well may have been. I mean, it's not, like, uncommon for people to be Wiccans or even witches. So, she very well could have been. Did she have anything to do with this? I don't know. None of us do. But there is stuff about her still on his videos, because that was a really strange part of this. I mean, she would just randomly be there, like each time almost, and so it was strange, really strange. Was it this woman who was communicating with him? We don't know. But anyhow, the anonymous contact wrote back to Mike. Okay, said, and this was weird. He had recorded a video. He had gone to Belgium, I guess, on vacation. He had recorded a video of some caverns over there in Belgium in a town called like La Roche or something. La Rosses. La Roche, I think. Something like that. In Belgium. And these caverns or whatever, he had like posted the video of it on his channel. Well, this anonymous person said, if you had been there a week earlier, we might have bumped into each other because I was in La Roche too or something a week earlier, I guess. So that was strange. He said, well, and to me, even if this person wasn't there and it was just, they were just saying that, it was probably to tell him. I mean, I'm sure there was something cryptic about it, and it was probably to tell him that they had been watching his videos and keeping up with him or something. So anyway, this person also writes like 3 more things on this email saying scientists in Uruguay were creating glow-in-the-dark sheep. Okay, that was like the first thing, or the second thing. And Mike was like, what? That's just weird. And he thought that was just some kind of outlandish sounding thing. And it is. I mean, glow-in-the-dark sheep. But I know that bioluminescence exists, especially from being a surfer. You see glowing waves and stuff. And I've walked on the beach and my footprints will glow. And, it's crazy when that stuff happens. But, yeah, the glow waves come in. And I know that stuff happens, so I'm sure that there's some way they could do it to where it's like activated by, like glow in the dark stuff is by light or whatever. And that's exactly, I think, what they did. I think they used a jellyfish actually that, then they spliced it into this newborn sheep somehow and created these glow-in-the-dark sheep. And Mike found out about this. It was a fact. It happened. And she said that in one of the past, I guess, like the email before this, she said that they had terminated the project. Okay? They had terminated Chimera. Or no, not Chimera. Chime03. They had terminated the project. And Typhon Tai was gone, terminated also, deceased, I believe. I don't know if they killed her, but probably did. So anyway, and it sounded like this person didn't like that too much. But they said that once the project was terminated, these scientists went to Uruguay. Some of them went to Uruguay to do something. And I guess now they're involved in some legitimate study where they made glow-in-the-dark sheep. And it's an actual fact. You can look it up on Google and see the pictures of these glow-in-the-dark sheep that they created. It's wild. Trust me. They're crazy looking. I'll see if I can find a picture and put it at the end of the video. I'm also going to put this picture of an artist's impression of what Ty looks like, and it's very detailed. He made a video and sent it to Mike, and it was a very detailed drawing. Very good. It was amazing seeing him draw it out. But anyway, that was his rendering of what Ty looked like. Now, they also said in this other email that they said something about Freemason Lodge Ramses in Velt 10 minutes, and Mike said that's 10 minutes from the Emma Pyramid where they were. So, he said that he thinks, and he went there and recorded this place. And it's like a Masonic lodge. It's probably one of the nicest ones I've ever seen, to be honest. But it's got the Masonic compass in the front with 360 on it, I guess, which is the address. And it's a Mason's Lodge. And he thinks that he went there and didn't, nothing was crazy about it. He couldn't get in, of course, because there was a gate like right over the road that led into it. And he said, though, that he thinks that they mentioned this because he wanted them, or the anonymous person wanted him to know that there was some elite involvement. Something like that. That's what he gathered from it. That's why he figured they mentioned the Freemasons, because, why else would you, there's tons of associations between, I'm not talking about your grandpa that was a Mason or something, most likely not, but Scottish Rite Freemasonry, the 33 degrees, the top 3 levels are the upper tier, and that's the enlightened levels, and they say that's like the beginning of the Illuminati levels, right there, the upper part, the all-seeing eye part of the pyramid. That's when you're enlightened and illuminated, as they call it. So, anyway, I might do a show on conspiracy theories one day. I know a lot about them. I don't believe them all, but I know a lot about them. Anyway, yeah, so they said that. And that was just kind of weird, though, that they mentioned a Freemason Lodge, of all things. And that was just, it really just kind of added to the mystery. It's weird because this anonymous person has been, like, keeping things so mysterious, but providing so many possible answers to everything that he was wondering about. Because he did ask them a lot of questions, and I believe they answered the majority of them for him. And these are some of the answers. But the other thing is, when he went to this place, there was just strange stuff about it. That's another thing about this. Like the mysterious woman, that was a weird thing. There was this area that he found that was fenced in. And the fence it was like a fence around this structure, like a house looking type of structure that was sort of split level, and it was incomplete. Like it was construction that had never been completed. And it looked like it would have been fairly nice had it been completed. But there's walls that had been left open, like the whole lower part, the basement part, that it was like gated off, and it had been like left open on 2 sides, like on a corner. It was weird. They just like stopped building it. It was like nearly completed. It wouldn't have taken much to get that thing, complete. But why did they stop? Who knows? It's just strange that it was there, and he somehow got to go in it. I guess he found out he could or something, but he went in there. There was a well in there also, underground. And that's another thing about this place. The anonymous person said that there are underground bunkers in this place all over it. And the crazy thing about it is he found a lot of things that related to things, subterranean things. Like, I'll get into that more in a minute, but the woman who was there, like the mysterious woman that was always there, I believe it was the same woman too. She came over to where they were when they were in the full fenced in area. She came over there, and when he was about to go in there, and he said it seemed like she was trying to divert him, and he said he was pretty positive it was the same woman. And he said it seemed like she was trying to divert him from going in there. And he just couldn't figure it out, though, why she would be so against that or whatever. But he said it was really strange. And he had like pictures of her on this video. And he said that she just took off, and like, he said it was almost like she just disappeared. Like, he said he had no idea where she went. Couldn't figure it out. So that was another weird thing. And Anyway, the thing about this underground stuff, in that area where the fenced in area in the incomplete house, there was this hole in the ground, and he went and looked over there, and it looked like a well. Like just this, it was like a hole in the side of like a little embankment. And there were bricks around it. It was like someone had knocked this hole out, and it was like a well, is what it looked like. A big cylindrical block tunnel, like chute. And it looked like a well. And that's what he said it was. But it was weird because there was no top to it, no other access point to this except for that little hole in the embankment. And that was really kind of weird too. It's like, what? I don't know. It was just strange. And the other thing is, he found a door. Okay. It was a door in the side of an embankment on a decent sized little hill. And it was blocked out. It was, I mean, framed out with blocks, like bricks. And it was like a black door. And he said that he found out, just doing a little research, he found out that it was a wine cellar, like an ancient wine cellar that was there, is what it said. And he said it was only accessible by tour guide, by like a tour with a guide, a guided tour, I guess. And he said that that was the only way it was accessible, and he was trying to find out how to book a tour. He said in this video when he was talking about it, he said he was trying to find out who to contact to book a tour and go into it. He said there was a wine cellar, and he was pretty sure that's what was there, but he said also he was pretty sure that there was probably something beyond it or below it or something like that. Who knows? But this anonymous person said that that place had underground bunkers all over it, and he started finding all this evidence of things being underground in that area. Now that's just weird. That is just too coincidental. And you guys know how I feel about coincidences. They don't exist. So I think that there was actually something to that. Why else would this person be saying that? And then you find all this stuff that pretty much says there's underground stuff everywhere. He also was talking about how it seemed like they tried to make it harder to traverse through the forest in this area. He said it was almost like they put debris and, like, not like trash or anything, but like debris from trees and stuff, I guess slash and sticks and logs and whatever. He said it seemed like it was placed there strategically to keep people from being able to go and venture too far into the woods there. There was like a main walking path, but and there were clearings with picnic areas and stuff, but the actual forest part, he said it was very hard to walk through that place. He said it was almost impossible in some places to traverse it at all. So there might be something to that also. I mean, that's a weird thing to, encounter a place that's that public and purposefully. I mean, well, it seems like it would have to be done on purpose to make it hard to get through. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff about this. And I'm just glad that I found some information about it from you guys. You guys helped me out a lot with this. A few of you gave me a lot more insight than I'd remembered. So anyway, but the door thing is weird. I mean, it's just like they randomly found a door in the side of a hill in a place like this. And they say it's an ancient wine cellar. I've never heard of anything like this. So he never said whether he got a tour of it or not either. That's another weird thing. Well, all right. I started looking around. I did start looking around for this too. But there was a video that was talked about on this interview that he did. And I can't find it, but it seems like I've heard of this before too. I don't know why. It's ringing a bell with me. I don't know that I've ever seen it though. I can't remember. But there's this video that existed, evidently, according to these guys. And Mike was talking about this. And this guy who was doing the interview had seen this video too. But it was a delivery driver who was making a delivery. And I think it was like his last stop. And he went up to a window, or went up to a house, and saw a creature in the house and a woman like talking to it. Like he saw this through the window. And it was like he described it as like a half human, half wolf looking type creature. And he said that it was in this woman's house and she was talking to it, and she came to the door and got the package. And then there was something about this creature like going to the window and like smashing like a cookie on it or something. Like he had cookies in his hand. And he also said he had a t-shirt of like with like a cartoon character on it, like was wearing a t-shirt. I don't know, man. I want to see this video though. It for some reason it's ringing a bell, and I may have seen it a long time ago and forgot. I've seen so many videos living in this day and age, but still, I mean, like, man, that's just weird. And if any of you guys have seen that or know where I can watch this, please link it to me or tell me where to go or whatever. I want to know. Please put it in the comments for me. Please, please, please. So I can see this. Anyway, they were talking about this, though, because they said it seemed like this woman was the same woman that was in the video in the video that was always following them or showed up when they were in the park or in the little area where this all happened. He said it looked exactly like her, the guy that was doing the interview with Mike, that was interviewing him. He said to him it looked exactly like her, and Mike said he thinks there was some big connection with that too, because it was not that far. It was like in the same area as the place that this happened. I mean, like the same general area where this happened. So, I mean, what if there really are things like this going on, genetic hybrids and stuff running around, but they're like actually living in people's houses, and there actually are people like this lady who harbor them and take care of them for whatever entity is doing the the whole study or whatever, project or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, what if that's the case and this guy just happened to freaking see that? I mean, that's wild, man. And apparently there's a video of it because these guys saw it. So yeah, that was really weird. Anyway, there was also like he found marbles one time scattered out through that place, the park and stuff like that. I remember that in a video. He said it was just weird. He said they were everywhere. And he said then people, of course, started talking about, well, that Sasquatch stuff and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't know if marbles are like how related to Sasquatch they actually are. I mean, I know that, I know people have used marbles as like gifting things, and then they have gotten them back, you know what I mean? But I don't know if it's like the Squatches actually have the marbles, you know what I'm saying? Like it's where they are, and I don't know if this has anything to do with it either. But he said it was strange finding all those out there just in the middle of the woods or in the middle of this park, whatever. He said they were scattered everywhere. But anyway, this anonymous person, man, was, I don't know. I'd really like to talk to Mike Soze. If he's out there, I want to talk to you, man. I want you to come on here and talk to us too. So please accept my invitation to come on to the Paranormal Rush Hour and do an interview with Ryan Rush right here. That would be cool. We'd all enjoy it, and I know everybody wants to hear what you have to say about it. I do. So anyway, this was really strange. The whole thing. And I'm going to link all this stuff in the description that I can think of, and I'm going to post some pictures. Like I'll post that drawing and whatever else I said I was going to post on the end. And whatever I can. So anyway, I appreciate it, everybody, and please stay safe, and take care, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll be back with you guys with more stuff really soon. So thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.